Okay, guys, here we are. They finally came in. I mean, they didn't finally come in, but they came in last week. But I've just been so caught up with Christmas and New Year's coming up. Well, today's the last month or the last day of the month. So today's New Year's Eve while I'm recording this. And as you guys can see, the shout out to David. Piscara all-wheel drive. He sent me the plates. Like I said, they got here last week, but I've just been busy. I came in when they first got here. I came in and I was checking them out, looking at them, and this is what I did. This one, they're labeled. This one's the left side, and it says out. So it's got 5 holes. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right here. This is the 5th one. This one is your guide. This one is your guide. These are for your hub to bolt onto, but this is your guide. And this one is supposed to line up with this one up on top, which I did. I came and I found some bolts, put a bolt in there. And in order to line them up, this is a perfectly measured stencil. Like it says right here, you have to line it up to the bottom ear of the caliper, which is this one here. And then it has to sit flush with your lower control. Right here is a better picture, look. It has to sit flush with your lower control arm, which I just folded it back and I measured it. And when I had it there set, I grabbed a rattle can and I just sprayed it. And by spraying it, it gives me a perfect circle. And that is what we're going to cut out with the Dremel. And once we cut it out with the Dremel, this thing has 10 spot welds in the back. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then there's one right here, 9. I know there's another one. There's 10 of them. So, yeah, there's 10 spot welds. I have to drill them out. I got to get the backside out. And I was thinking about dremeling this out. And then they sell those the shields that go in the back to strengthen the trailing arm, because you're already removing this piece, the inner piece, so it kind of weakens it. But by removing that, I didn't want to buy the shields in the back. I was thinking about making my own out of sheet steel. Because, I mean, that's pretty much what they use. They use sheet steel. But I'm not just going to grab the sheet steel and bolt it on or weld it on. I'm going to kind of modify it a little bit and see if I can make it a little bit sturdier. And if I can, I will possibly I'm going to be cutting this backside. I'm going to be gapping it, making it bigger. If I can, I'll probably re-weld it back in with a bigger hole, that way it can actually it's just gonna need clearance for the axle or the knuckle of the axle, the outer knuckle. But yeah, once that's in, we should be set. So as of right now, I'm gonna unbolt it, bring it out here. That way I can do it out here. It's just a 14 here, 14 here, and 2 17s on the bottom, and 1 17 for the toe. And it should come out. Everything should be good. There's no e-brake cable. There ain't anything. Since, I mean, this was my drag car. I had a staging brake. So yeah, there's none of that. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And once it's out here, we can look over it and I can show you guys how I'm going to do this. All right, so the trailing arm is off. And like I said, these are the spot welds. I already hammered them with this. This is a little punch. Hammer the center, and then you get a spot weld drill bit, spot weld remover tool. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And the 10th one is right here. So you just gotta hit them with the drill bit, this one, and it should go smooth. I don't want to jinx myself, but it should go smooth. So let's get to it. All right, we got the backside out. I didn't drill them all the way through because, like I said, I might just cut this thing out and weld it back in to strengthen it a little bit more. This part here has to get cut out too, so it has to make a curve to clear the axle nut. That's what this is for. They send this for. You got to cut it out and then you bend this into shape and weld it in there. And as of right now, I didn't weld them all the way through like I was saying because I was gonna refill them in, the spot welds. This one I did do it all the way through because I mean the spot weld was on the inside and I couldn't get it from the inside obviously, so I just drilled it in. Should be good though. It broke on me on this one. If you guys go back in the video, it broke on that one and I have it right here. Good things that today's Tuesday, so Cornwall stops by today, so I should just be replacing it. Let me see, focus. There it is. Look, it broke. But no worries, it's Cornwall. It's replaceable, lifetime warranty, replace, so no big deal there. But yeah, that's it. Now all we got to do is just cut out this piece that's painted, cut that out, cut this out, weld this or bend this into place. And once all that's set, we can start welding this piece on there. And I did order a set of hubs, but these are just mock-up ones that I had laying around. So once everything's welded in place, everything's aligned and everything, that's where these bolt in. The Insight, first gen Insight, they just bolt right on, like so. And all this is gonna get welded, and the hub will be removable in and out. So yeah. Okay, so what I did right now was I just ran to the parts store and got me, it's a 2 3/4 hole, hole drill, or what do you call this? I forget what it's called. This is the perfect size for this. And most people, what I would see is they had a bracket. They had a bracket that you have to use in the back side, and then you have to bolt it in, gives you the center hole, and then you cut it out. The way I was gonna do it is right here. I already measured this. Let me finish what I was telling you. Okay, man, too much things happening at once. So the way I was gonna make this hole, put this in, line it up, tack it, so it doesn't move, and therefore I don't need the center anymore. I just have to run the drill straight into the hole, and it's not going to move on me because this is going to keep it centered, and this piece should be sawed right out. So this part, how I got this measurement, since they send you this piece, obviously you know this piece goes like this with the flat edge facing towards the plate, because once this is welded, it's gonna have a flat area, so it's only one way it works. So yeah, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut it here. Like, it's a little bit bigger than what I measured. My measurement's a lot smaller, but I'm not worried. I'm just gonna cut this indent, which is gonna cause the knuckle. I'm gonna cut this out, and I'm gonna weld this in, and then I'm gonna bend as I go, and then finally weld this side on this one. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so I cut out my line. I got it cut out. I stopped right here because when I hit it with the hole saw, this is gonna fall out. So I didn't want to cut it off. I did not want to cut here and here, because then it's gonna fall off. This piece is gonna fall off, and then when I go with the hole saw, it's gonna catch, because that piece is gonna be missing. It's not gonna be a perfect cut. So as of right now, what I'm gonna do is possibly clean up or not possibly, but I'm gonna clean this out, hit it with a wire brush or with the I can't remember what these things are called, the flap disc or whatever. I'm gonna hit it with this, clean this up, and weld it. And not weld it, but tack it, cut a hole, and then we can work this plate back in its place, which is gonna be this piece. We're gonna massage this, bend it back, find its place, and we should be good. So let's do it. Okay, well, as you guys saw, I just tack welded it. Nothing crazy right now. I'm just tacking it because I'm gonna be grabbing the drill, putting this on it, and this is the one that's gonna be the money maker. You see how I don't have to use the centerpiece or anything? This is gonna keep me in center, and it's not gonna move anywhere because it's already tacked. So this one should just cut a clean hole. And once that's done, that's it. I can start welding everything up. So here we go. And as you guys can see, perfect circle. Now all it is just cut out all the little shavings and cut out or extend this hole this way so we can line up with those. And this one looks pretty close, but we'll still Dremel it out on this side. And that's it. And right here, what we're gonna do on this part is right here, that's where this plate comes into place. Weld it there. Or first I'm gonna weld it on this side. Weld it there. And then I have to hammer it, bend it, and start rolling it until it lands onto this side. And then it's going to get welded on this side. And then once it gets welded on this side, I'm going to bend it as it goes. I'm going to start my weld here, and then it's going to bend till I can weld it on this side. And then once I'm welded on this side, then I can go ahead and weld everything up right here. And that should be it. Once we're done there, everything's gonna get welded all around. And that's it, just paint everything. I'm gonna coat it all black again. And that's trailing arms done. And here's another thing for those of you who are gonna be wondering if it's gonna offset or if it's gonna stick out too much. I did my little quick research, and according to this, from here to this right here, look, from here to here, it's 3 inches and a quarter. That's how wide it is from there to there. And cool thing that once you put the hub on, I gotta take those out with the gun. But once you put the hub on, it's actually the same length from here to here. It's 3 1/4, so it's perfect. Not too much, not too less. So the offset should still remain the same OEM one. It's not gonna change. So that's good. So right now, what I'm gonna do is weld this up, and I'll show you guys the final product. I'll probably show you guys how I'm gonna do this side, so you guys can see it. But once everything's welded and painted, I don't think you guys need to see that. I'll just show you guys the final product. But that's it for this one right here. I'm gonna show you guys how I'm gonna do this side real quick. I got this bended on my own. Sometimes you gotta improvise and do what you gotta do, because the way I did it, I grabbed it with these pliers, and then I grabbed it with this plier, and I just bended it a little at a time. And then once I started getting the shape of it, I used my concrete. I went like this. I grabbed it and I put it on this crack. I just started bending it as it went until I got it to work. Now, voila. Look at that. Look at the fitment. It's so perfect. And that's it. Just welded. And dude, that's like perfect. Everything's gonna bolt up right, and that's it. Just weld it here, weld it there, and just fill in the whole thing now. Should be good. And that's it. Dremel this one out, Dremel that one out, and you have a complete trailing arm. Simple as that. I'll show you guys the finished product right now. I ran out of gas, and what sucks is that that one's empty too, and this one just ran out too. But I kind of got there already. I welded the top, welded the bottom, Not the best welds, but I got this. I turned it up a little right here because this is where it's gonna need a thick layer. So we got that done, but I still gotta go underneath on all around on this side. Just this part right here. So, but I ran out of gas, so. But that's it, guys. This is it. That's the finished product right there. Look at that. Beautiful. I just gotta Dremel that one out and Dremel that one out, and that's it. Like a glove. Now we're gonna be doing the same thing to the other side, and like I said, all I gotta do, pretty much cut this one out, put it back, weld it. I just gotta cut this, cut it here, and possibly cut it around here, cut it here, cut it here, and then right here, and this whole section comes out. Everything else gets welded, and I think that should be plenty. I don't even think I need to do the little braces. I mean, we'll find out. But as of now, that's pretty much it. It should be it. Because we just got to clear this area for the axle for the whole knuckle, but that should be it, guys. Oh, and the top, I haven't really completed it because I got to run to the junkyard and get the bar on the top. Don't think I just skipped that part and I didn't show you guys. But I haven't done the top part, so stay tuned how I'm going to do that part. But for this video, it was this one, the trailing arm, and that's it. That's pretty much all it is, guys. It's a pretty simple procedure. I'm going to do the same thing to the other side, and I'll keep you guys updated once the trailing arms are done. And just like that, it's all done. And that's how the cookie crumbles. Now, here's where I'm gonna have issues clearing this. But if I remember right, this thing here comes out of this sleeve. So I can fabricate a little plate to move the shock over. And right now I'm gonna go to the shop and grab an axle. I don't think it's gonna be in the way, because look, if you see it, the diff sits way over there. Come on. Like I said, these are just mock-up ones, so it's gonna have some. You can see the where it's over there. Look, I can see it way over there. Come on. Okay. Anyway, so I'm gonna go to the shop, grab an axle, figure out if it's gonna clear this. I think it should clear because the knuckle's gonna be in here, so I think just the shaft of the axle is gonna be passing by, so I think it should be clear. I gotta go grab an axle and figure this out. And yeah, but so far for this video, this is it, guys. And that's how you do a trailing arm DIY. Like I said, all the money I've spent, I mean, obviously I have a welder, but I mean, you guys can go to a buddy of your guys's or someone you guys know that can weld it for you guys. And or even if you have a welder, you can do it with a Harbor Freight welder. It's not that big of a deal. But yeah, just take off the bolts in the back and take the bolts off in the back, take off the hub. This is the old hub here. Take off the hub. It's only 4 bolts and the big 24 bolt. And then after that, everything comes out and you have a bare trailing arm, and it's easy, guys. There it is. Now we got to do the same to the next one, to the other side. But yeah, that's it. Easy as that, guys. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned on how I'm going to do the top part. I still got to do that top metal piece up there, so yeah, stay tuned. See you on the next video.